The doors to the Viridian Tea House are slowly opening once more, thanks to a cold that knocked me down for about 5 or 6 days, and it refuses to leave. So if I sound very nasally on this particular video, that's the reason why. It went from a scratchy throat to sinus pressure to what is this coming out of me, to coughing, but no fever. And I got tested twice for COVID and both times were negative. So I'm very grateful for that. But yes, I'm alive. I'm slowly getting back into the swing of things. And I want to talk about some upcoming projects of mine. So this morning I started editing The Cork Brioche, The Cracked Glass, which is my newest murder mystery book. And it will hopefully be published through Pro Se Productions. So I'm not sure when I'm going to finish the editing, but with the way that I edit, I'm pretty fast. So not really sure when it's going to come out, but when it does, I hope you enjoy it. And also too, once I finish the edits for The Cracked Glass, I will begin working on the third and final Jackie Verona book. The tentative title is The Dance of Lilith. I've already written out the synopsis and I turned it into my publisher, who just loved it. So I can't wait to dive into that as well. And I've also started working on notes for another new book. I actually have a list of about 12 books that I need to write. This one might get shoved up to the top, but this is involving the 14ers in Colorado and dragons. That's all I'm going to say. So I'll let you stew over that for a while. But without further ado, let's get into the book part, shall we? So the first book that I am going to review, this was kind of like an impulse buy. In being a certified tea specialist, owner of a tea company, and just a lover of tea, I want to also talk about the sustainability of tea. And I've been reaching out to different companies and partnerships and just trying to expand my knowledge about the drink that I love so much. And this particular book was a nice little refresher in my studies as a certified tea specialist. So this is Stuff Every Tea Lover Should Know by Candace Rardon. That's the book. It's a cute little book you can put into your bag. So basically the back of it is, tea is one of the most popular beverages in the world, second only to water, which is true. And there's so much to learn and try beyond the colorful boxes in the grocery store. Within the pages of this pocket-sized guide, you'll find information, how-tos, and trivia for tea lovers of all levels. Experts and newbies alike will learn about tea bags versus loose leaf, anatomy of a tea plant, tea families and common varieties, types of teapots and how to use them, tea traditions across the world. And she delivers. You know, you would think a little book like this, you would think, oh, this is kind of, why am I going to buy this? Looks are deceiving. This, if you have any questions regarding tea, you know, how to get started, how to do loose leaf, what about a tea bag, how long should you steep it, the history of tea, so much in this little book. And I enjoyed reading it. Like I said, this was a refresher course in my studies when I became a certified tea specialist. And also too, it made me really excited for my upcoming entry back into the World Tea Academy to become a certified tea professional. Hopefully this will be a deeper and intimate look into tea, but Stuff Every Tea Lover Should Know. Perfect book to kind of be your guide. And for that, I'm going to give it 5 pots of tea from Viridian Tea House. These are new. I know, they're so cool. And just for the record, I did the photographs, so I'm not copywriting infringement or anything, but Stuff Every Tea Lover Should Know receives 5 pots of tea from Viridian Tea House. So thank you so much, Candace. This book was truly a delightful read. And you know what's interesting is that I've, in talking with customers about, well, how long should I let this steep, and should I add sugar, and what's this good for, and all these different questions. And I like to tell people, you know, it's really kind of fun to just experiment. You know, try a teaspoon of tea first. And if that's too weak, try a tablespoon. Me, I prefer a tablespoon for every 8 ounces of tea. I mean, every 8 ounces of water, excuse me, is the cold medicine. And I put that on the labels for my loose leaf tea blends anyway. But I also tell people it's really up to you. This is the fun part, to discover what you enjoy, what you don't care for, what you'd like to try more of. But this book is really a good guide for both people like me, people who are way above me in the tea industry, and people who are like, is tea more than Lipton? Answer, yes it is. And by the way, Lipton has some great green tea blends, just saying. So stuff every tea lover should know receives 5 pots of tea from Viridian Tea House. Thank you so much. And for the record, she actually has another book like this, but for the coffee lover as well. And I was thinking about getting that for my boyfriend, since he does drink coffee, as do I sometimes, and he's also a tea lover. But I'm really kind of curious to see what she says about coffee, so who knows, I may review it on this tea house. Coffee book in a tea house. How avant-garde. Anyway, it's the cold medicine, I swear. So the next book, I actually want to start off by giving a shout out to Book Bar on Tennyson Street in Denver. You guys are awesome. Book Bar, if you ever find yourself in Denver, Book Bar is a bookstore for wine lovers and a wine store for book lovers. And it's true. You walk into the bookstore and it's got the hardwood floors, plethora of titles, and then on the side you've got a full kind of little cafe with non-alcoholic and alcoholic drinks, primarily wine, and plus little pastries and stuff like that. And if you go all the way to the back of the bookstore, you'll find like this outdoor seating area with the cushy outdoor couches, and it's just it's the kind of place, like I even wrote a blog post about it, you just want to chill. You just want to walk in, grab a glass of wine, get yourself a book, and just chill. So when I went there, I looked at the local authors. Like, I'm trying to immerse myself more in Colorado authors and literature, fiction, nonfiction, what have you, just to really get a feel about my new home. And one particular book that I found is actually a novella, but damn, it was amazing. It's called No Regrets, and the author is Juliana Nicewarner. I read this book in one sitting, and all I could think of was, I want more. And has she written anything else? And I've got to read everything this woman will write, but I'll read the back of it for you. There's a bizarre funeral, a Victrola in a car trunk, and a lot of Irish sass. The novella opens at a funeral for a grumpy old man. The only people there are distant, money-grabbing relatives. Excuse me. That is until a strange woman walks in, holds the hand of the deceased, and walks out, leaving everyone confused and intrigued. Before this woman of mystery leaves the funeral, she tells the guests that she and the deceased were once engaged. The story then flashes back to the morning she found out about the funeral. Excuse me, giving us a bit of insight into this woman named Claire Ryan and why she felt the need to attend this funeral. After this, the story goes back to her childhood, growing up in the immigrant quarter of Chicago in the 1930s. I read this in one sitting, and I absolutely loved No Regrets. And well, most of the books that I read stick with me, but this really stuck with me because I thought, how many times do we say, oh, I'll get around to that, or oh, they'll be there next week, or oh, this or oh, that, and then we find out that that opportunity is gone, either through circumstances or outside influences or what have you. Do you have regrets as to what you missed out? Do you think your life would have been better if you had that moment? This book almost made me cry. And I remember afterward telling my boyfriend about it and saying, I want to live my life more. I don't want regrets. But this was a fantastic, fantastic read by Nicewarner. And for no regrets, well, yeah. We're going to do 5 pots of tea from Viridian Tea House. So thank you so much. I almost gave this a 4 because I wanted it to be longer. I wanted there to be more of a story, but this right here was enough. And it ended well. You felt like you were right there with the characters. And yeah, I felt the regret. And it hit me pretty hard too. So no regrets by Juliana Nicewarner gets 5 pots of tea from Viridian Tea House. Thank you so much. And again, if you find yourself in Denver, please go to Book Bar. It is a very cool little bookstore and a nice place to get a glass of wine. Unfortunately, I'm allergic, so I can't have it. But yes, no regrets was an excellent read. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry about that, folks. So, to the tea portion, Harney and Sons, I consider them to be like tea royalty. They are one of the creme de la creme companies out there in the industry. My opinion, just my opinion. And I actually met one of the Harney family members at a tea festival. I can't remember which one it was, but I remember when I shook his hand, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm touching a Harney. I'm touching a Harney. Anyway, so in branching out, and since I do review tea and I also consume it by the bucketfuls, I thought, I haven't ordered anything from Harney and Sons in quite some time, so let me change that. So I ended up getting Organic Bangkok by Harney and Sons. This is one of their green teas, and it is, let's see, the ingredients: organic green tea, organic lemongrass, organic coconut flavor, organic vanilla flavor, and organic ginger flavor. The character, it's a light green tea with a perfect blend of smooth coconut, spice, and vanilla. And you get 20 bags, and actually, that's what the little baggies look like. It's just decadent, really decadent. And I actually drank a lot of this when I was really knocked down with this cold. This with some honey was just perfect for my throat and my congestion. So you can just kind of see, this has been sitting in here for a while, and I know that was very much a no-no, but you can see the green tea and the lemongrass, and you immediately get the coconut. Now, here's the thing. I'm not really that big of a fan of coconut. Like, I'll eat coconut cake, or if coconut's in a cookie or something, yeah, sure, but it's not my go-to. It's just not my thing. However, with this tea, I can't get enough of it, so. And in my lovely Rue de la Course mug in New Orleans on Oak Street, they have amazing almond croissants. Anyway. Again, the first flavors I'm getting are the coconut and the green tea and a little bit of the lemongrass. I'm not actually getting the ginger, and it may be because my taste buds are kind of messed up right now, but the coconut stands out, but it's not so overpowering that you can't taste anything else. And I wish my mug was transparent. You can kind of see the color of the tea. It's kind of like a pale yellow, kind of like a sunrise or something. But the first time, I actually had this tea for a while, but the first time I made a cup of this, I thought, this is the kind of tea that you would consume while reading a travel journal, or while you were in some distant country and you finally flew in and you dealt with the jet lag, and you find this little corner cafe that serves this kind of tea, and you end up thinking, what am I going to explore today? What am I going to do today? That's what Organic Bangkok reminds me of. So this is very much a tea for the traveler, for the wanderer, for someone who, wherever they are, just wants to get away for a moment. Oh, that's lovely. And I didn't put any kind of sweetener in this, but when I was sick, I put a lot of honey into my teas, but even though there's no honey in this right now, you're still getting the sweetness. So once again, this is Harney and Sons, Organic Bangkok. And the ingredients again are green tea, lemongrass, coconut flavor, vanilla, and ginger flavor, all organic. And what's really cool too is that you actually have a brewing basics on the side. So if you have any questions while you have your cup of tea, they've got it right there. So thanks so much to Harney and Sons for Organic Bangkok. This is an amazing blend of tea. Oh. So to end my, I'm telling you, it's the cold medicine. So to end this video, let's just do a simple breathing meditation. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Let's just focus on our breathing. So find yourself in a comfortable position and relax your shoulders. You can either close your eyes or just kind of lightly focus on an item. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Allow your jaw to drop, allow your shoulders to drop, and just focus on your breathing. As we wrap up this breathing meditation, just take one deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slowly open your eyes, and we're back. So thank you for listening to me snort up mucus and my coughing. But as always, thank you so much for viewing this video and all the previous videos and all the videos yet to come. And once again, thanks to Candace Rardon and Juliana Nicewarner for your books. Thank you so much. And also for Harney and Sons with their Organic Bangkok. And you can get this through their website. Excuse me. Which I will post on the YouTube video. But yes, Harney and Sons Organic Bangkok. What a delicious cup of green tea. So until next week, where I am not so snotty, I wish you take care of yourself and each other. Raise your teacup high. Take a sip. And avoid the cold. Until next week, take care, everybody. Bye.